欢迎来到 Celavive 认证顾问项目的第1单元皮肤科学。本单元让我们一起一探皮肤科学的奥秘，帮助您快速准确地找到困扰客户的皮肤问题，以提供最佳的解决方案。本单元的讲师是 K 君库 USANA 的科研总监，让我们一起跟着 K 君老师的脚步，进入皮肤科学的世界。
Hello, I'm K Junko, Director of Research and Development, USANA Home Office. I am a pharmacist graduate from Showa Pharmaceutical University in Japan, and I'm a part of scientific team created a result-driven skincare line, USANA Celavive. To support you to learn more about the skin, we have created Module Skin Science. Join me as we take a closer look inside epidermis and dermis and learn the scientific knowledge about the skin. The skin comprises about 12 to 15% of total body weight. Its size covers about 2 square meters. And the skin is the largest and fastest growing organ of the body. When you cut your fingers, the skin starts healing the wound rather quickly when compared to the response time of other major organs of the body. Skin is demanding because it is constantly regenerating. Remember, the skin is the first layer of defense for the body. It is important to pay extra attention to the skin, both internally and externally, including well-balanced diet and individually suitable skincare. So do you have any idea how thick skin is? The skin thickness varies depending on the area of the body. The thickest skin is on the sole of the feet, which is 1.5 millimeter, while facial skin is 0.1 millimeter. And the thinnest skin on the face is around the eye at 0.05 millimeter. Adult humans shed almost 4 kilograms of skin every year on average. This means the skin shed 30,000 to 40,000 cells a day. Yes, healthy skin is very dynamic. Skin's primary function is to hold all our internal organs together. What else does the skin do? The skin protects our body from environmental stimuli such as UV radiation, pollution, bacteria, chemicals, and more. It regulates body temperature to maintain homeostasis. It protects us from harsh and dangerous conditions by sensing cold, heat, pain, and so forth. And the skin is porous. It absorbs moisture and topical medications, while excreting sweat and sebum from over 4 million sweat glands. Not only that, but even naturally occurring chemicals in the body are pushed out through the skin to promote good health. Remember, along with liver, kidney, and lungs, the skin is always working to detoxify our bodies. Furthermore, the skin synthesizes vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. Vitamin D helps to keep our bones, teeth, muscles, and skin healthy. It's recommended you spend at least 20 minutes walking outdoors to expose skin so it can do its job, even on cloudy days. That helps you avoid vitamin D deficiency. Now, let's take a look at the skin layers. The epidermis is organized into 4 or 5 cell layers. 5 layers are found where exposure to friction is the greatest, such as on the sole of the feet and palms of the hands. All other areas have 4 layers. The dermis is a thicker layer of connective tissues that underlies epidermal layers. It is composed of elastic structural fibers like collagen and elastin, making the skin very flexible. In addition, include several important structures, including blood and lymph vessels, nerves, sweat and sebaceous gland, hair roots, and sensory receptors. The hypodermis in a deeper subcutaneous tissue made of fat, adipocyte, and connective tissues. The major functions are controlling body temperature and providing cushioning to protect inner organs from external strong impact. Let's magnify the epidermis so you can see how it's divided into 5 sublayers. The stratum basal comprises a single layer which is capable of continuous cell division. As the cell multiplies, they push up toward the surface of the skin to become part of the next layer. The stratum spinosum contains 8 to 10 layers of closely fitting cells. These cells still have a nuclei, which means they are alive. The stratum granulosum is composed of 3 to 5 layers of flattened cells that are involved in keratin formation. Keratin is a protective protein and waterproof, found in the top layers of epidermis. These cells have nuclei, but they are starting breakdown, so they become no longer able to carry out normal metabolic reaction and they die. The next layer, the stratum lucidum, is found, as I mentioned previously, only in the thick skin of the feet and hands. It's composed of several layers of clear, flat, and dead cells. Finally, the stratum corneum contains 25 to 30 layers of flat dead cells, completely filled with keratin, the protective waterproof protein. These cells are continually shed and replaced. Healthy keratins are often compared to bricks and glue. The keratins are tightly cemented together so that the stratum corneum serves as an effective barrier against UV light and heat wave, bacteria, and many chemicals. It takes about 2 weeks for basal cell to be pushed up into the stratum corneum and another 2 weeks for the remains of that cells to throw off. So the total skin turnover takes about 4 weeks. Skincare products target this highly dynamic top stratum corneum layer. Our Celavive products are designed to target this 25 to 30 layers of stratum corneum and the dermal-epidermal junction where many cells communications are happening at the bottom of epidermal layer. Now, the amazing skin layers have 2 major roles. They lock moisture in and keep bacteria, allergen, chemicals, and other environmental stimuli out. A healthy skin barrier retains enough moisture and produces enough lipids to keep skin cells intact. However, as you age, the skin becomes thinner and loses its ability to produce lipids and retain moisture. Dry, flaky, itchy, irritated, or sensitive skin are common signs of damaged and weakened skin layers. As a result, the skin barrier function becomes impaired. This will end up leading inflammation and premature skin aging if left untreated. It could even lead to serious skin and health problems. Take a look at this slide showing cascade of immune response. If the skin barrier is impaired, allergens can enter the skin where they activate Langerhans cells in the skin cells. Langerhans cells then process and present allergen into immune system called T cells and B cells, which act as effector cells that cause allergic reaction at the site of skin. It is condition called atopic dermatitis. Or allergens can migrate to other parts of body, such as lungs, nose, or GI tract, and cause different kind of allergic problems there, such as asthma, allergic rhinitis, or gut allergy. Therefore, we needed to take care of skin barrier to make sure it stays tightly intact with enough lipids to promote its functions and prevent potential severe health issues. Lipids play a critical role in the skin health. The next slide is about acid mantle. Acid mantle might be a new term to some of you. It is a slightly acidic pH of around 4.5 to 5.5, and very fine film that covers the surface of human skin. So acid mantle sits on the stratum corneum we just talked about. It functions as a final barrier between the skin and outside of world, keeping moisture and nutrients in while keeping bacteria, fungi, viruses, allergen, toxins out. It keeps the skin moisturized so it will stay soft and supple and won't easily be scratched or cracked. The acid mantle is made up of mixture of sebum and sweat. If the acid mantle is disrupted or damaged, loses its slightly acid pH, the skin becomes more vulnerable to damage and infection. Maintaining good acid mantle protects stratum corneum and promotes a healthy skin barrier. Once skin barriers is damaged and its functions are disrupted, skin problems start. Problems like dullness, roughness, and flaky skin, fine lines and crepiness, acne, irritation, itchiness, sensitive, and super dry skin. So aging can start even in a young skin of those in the 20s. So it's important to maintain skin health by protecting it from UV light and dryness. In one's 30s, we recommended focus on prevention and treatment for particular skin concerns like skin discoloration, fine lines, and wrinkles. In one's 40s and beyond, the skin starts losing its volume and more visible signs of aging can appear. This is the time when we should invest cutting-edge skin nutrients like biomimetic and bioactive peptide and other scientifically proved substances. But there is no harm in doing this earlier. Prevention is always key. Let's make sure we understand the factors that cause skin aging. Skin aging is caused by both internal and external factors. Internal aging is a natural physiological process that we cannot control. Chronologically, this aging generally starts in the mid-20s. Meanwhile, external aging is generally induced by environmental factors such as sunlight, pollution, smoke, as well as dietary habits. However, we can control this. The speed of degradation of structural skin proteins such as collagen and elastin becomes faster than their regeneration speed. As a result, we are losing skin elasticity, which causes sagging skin. The skin turnover slows down, causing skin dullness. Lipid production declines, and the skin loses its ability to hold moisture, while sebaceous gland activity is reduced, result in insufficient acid mantle protection. Also, the level of estrogen, female hormone, declines, which impairs skin suppleness. Extrinsic or environmental aging we can control in many ways. For example, limiting UV exposure and lengthy exposure to air conditioner and pollution. Avoiding sleep deprivation, a poor diet, lack of exercise, continuous physical and mental stress, lengthy exposure to toxic substances, and other lifestyle habits. When you pay attention to the environmental and lifestyle factors, you can slow down premature skin aging. Furthermore, as we get older, we become gradually sensitized to external skin damages. by the diminishing healing properties of the body. The next slide is about the skin type. There are generally 4 different skin types: normal, dry, oily, and the combination skin. Normal skin is ideal with a balanced moisture level and less visible pores. Dry skin tends to react to some skincare product, resulting flaky and easily irritated. The extreme version of dry skin can be called sensitive skin. Oily skin feels especially oily around midday, but this oil has actually slightly better natural sun protection, but is also prone to acne. Combination skin means you have dryness on your cheeks, but the oiliness primarily on your T-zones, the forehead and nose area. Depending on the skin type, different skincare practice should be considered. But in regard of cleansers, I would recommend the use of mild and gentle cleanser for all skin type. This means the cleanser should contain minimal amount of surfactant in the formula, just enough to remove dirt and excess sebum. In the morning, the face could be washed with only lukewarm or cold water. Regarding moisturizer, dry skin needs a moisturizer containing a good amount of humectant and should be used whenever the skin feels dry, even during the day. On the other hand, oily skin is suited to the use of moisturizer with small amount of lipid in it and water-based formula. Combination skin requires the use of both, depending on the dry or oily areas. As for maintaining strong skin barrier functions, practice gentle daily cleansing and regular exfoliation at least 2-3 times a week. As we age, the skin cell regeneration process slows down. When old skin cells start to piling up on the surface of skin becomes looking dull, rough, and dry. Furthermore, the buildup of the dead skin cells can result in excess oil and clogged pores, leading to blemishes and acne. Appropriate exfoliation practice helps removing barrier of the dead skin cells and uncovers fresh new cell underneath. This helps moisturizer to penetrate more deeply into the skin for proper hydration.
感谢 K 俊老师为我们带来的第1单元精彩内容。希望这一单元的内容能够帮助您快速准确地找到困扰客户的皮肤问题。那么希望在第2单元中与您再会。